A kind day to you all, Kinsmarck here, and I just wanted to make a little announcement real fast that this evening's live stream is getting postponed, probably to sometime early this coming week. And I know this is another consecutive day I've had to do so, and I apologize like crazy for that. I seriously hate that I have to do that. Insomnia is kicking my ass this week, as I'm sure you can see in my face and hear in my vocal range and my ability to compose myself clearly. I haven't slept hardly at all in about 3 days. And you guys that saw the video that I think came out this morning, that was actually recorded yesterday, and I was already kind of entering a state of delirium, and I could attempt to stream today. It just probably wouldn't entertain anyone for long, because I know I can kind of like play it up and have some fun with it when I only have to record for like a minute, and I'm already rambling. It just hit me, because this is what happens when I am exhausted. It wouldn't last. It would get dull fast, and as I've said many times, even when it comes to streams, I like to place quality above quantity, and I know I've missed the mark pretty consistently, unfortunately, in terms of quantity lately, and I know this has affected me on multiple occasions. It's easier when I'm dealing with, accounting for sleep issues, which have affected me for years. It's just for some reason getting worse this year. As far as pre-recorded, like scheduled content is concerned, because that's something that I try to maintain several days in advance, if not a week or more, worth of content, that if I have to miss a day because I'm just exhausted from sleep issues, then that's fine. Y'all won't ever notice. When it comes to streams, I can't exactly just, stream from the past, because that's not how live streams work, because the whole, live aspect of it. So I can't promise. I want to stop making, promises that I can't guarantee that I can keep. Like I said yesterday that I was postponing, the usual weekly stream to today, and I can't today either. So I'm going to cut the habit of making promises of like, all right, because sleep issues are affecting me, I'll get X thing done on a Y day. Well, if it's still affecting me, I can't necessarily promise that. So I'm going to try to make it as soon as I can, so hopefully early this coming week. I am completely exhausted, so hopefully that means my system today, this evening, maybe, is going to finally just give out, and I'll just sleep for like 13 hours, like happens to me once a month-ish at this point. Those of you who've followed the channel closely for a while know that, this is kind of a pattern that just happens to me. And I cannot apologize enough for the fact that I know this is affecting the content, I know this is affecting my work, and I hate that. It feels unprofessional of me to even have to address this publicly. It's a little embarrassing. I would rather, come clean about it and make it all clear, like this is what's happening, this is why. It's not for, lack of motivation, it's not for lack of even trying. I've tried to record and even to stream in the past when this is affecting me, and those are always the streams that I feel are the weakest. It's like I feel like I lose energy halfway through, and because we've settled into a pattern of every week streaming for about 3 hours, I've tried streaming on those days, and it feels like an hour in, I'm just not even there. I'm just kind of commenting a little here and there, and I never feel all that great about those. I'm like, should I even export that? So again, it's just quality over quantity for me. And part of, when it comes to content creation, is sort of like, mood and energy curation of oneself. If I am to consider myself like the host and performer on screen, I want to make sure I actually have the energy to do it well, because I care about what I do. And I like to think that a lot of you guys appreciate the fact that I get comments, and seriously, thank you guys. I know I'm just like tangent after tangent. I'm creating a tree of multiple topics to discuss here in one time. Comments every single week that are just like, this is such an underappreciated channel. You put such effort into your work. Like every episode you do, even though you clearly don't have much funding to work with, you make it work. And this is some of the highest quality stuff from like low tier channel that I've ever seen. And like I get those kinds of comments every week. And at first, I didn't know how to take it. I was just like, sure, thanks. I mean, like, I like to pay attention to details. It's just, I really like to think, and I think because of those comments, that there is evidence for me to think that my constant attention to making sure that I can at least keep up a consistent standard of my ability to come across clearly and with the same amount of energy, which I like to keep kind of high, especially for certain series. That y'all appreciate that, I feel like there's some justification to that mode of thinking, so I want to remain consistent with that. And I have a couple of other announcements that I'm absolutely going to save for another vlog, because I have a lot more to discuss, and for those I'll keep to an outline, because there's so much detail and everything to it. This just somehow turned into a rambling vlog about Insomnia and how it affects the channel. And how I apologize for that, because I hate for personal issues to affect my professional work here. Anyway, all of that is to say that, the stream for this evening is getting postponed, probably at least a day, maybe a few. And I should also address, while I'm on the topic of streams, that I haven't canceled. I've had some people that are worried. Some of the other streams that we had running, like as far as the series are concerned, I just haven't found time for them, because I'm working on several other projects that it frustrates me, because I haven't got anything to show for them yet, because they're the more like involved, planned out, scripted, heavily edited things that take a couple of weeks to actually produce. And I hope you guys like them, because I haven't done much of these kinds of format in the past. I have a few. It's just like it isn't the mainstay of the channel, so I hope that these are well received and that they don't just kind of fly under the radar and nobody notices, and I put weeks of work into something that gets the same return in terms of attention and numbers and views and stuff that anything else I produce does, as I've had in the past, and that's frustrating, and that's another issue entirely. So as you can see, I am just so exhausted that I can't even keep track of where I'm trying to keep conversation going. So yeah, just keep tabs on us on social media platforms. I try every time anything affects stream, whether we're going to start early, whether I have to postpone, usually what we're going to end up streaming that evening sometime in advance the same day, especially on Twitter and as well on Facebook. Those are the two that I try to keep. A lot of the little alerts that ordinarily wouldn't warrant something like this, the recording of a vlog, it's just this is, a couple of days consecutively, and I felt like I should answer for it a little more personally on camera and just let y'all know exactly what it is that's going on. And I'll cut off anyone who is already probably typing in the comments like, get that checked out. I am actually considering seeing a health professional about insomnia issues. I know part of it is just because doing this every day, it's admittedly a pretty sedentary lifestyle. I don't get up and move around. I don't go like jogging. My previous work when I did sales, I was literally walking miles and miles and miles and miles and miles every single day. So I was in pretty damn good shape for that. It also meant that my body didn't have a reserve of energy at the end of every single day that I couldn't kick. I couldn't just shed and could actually sleep. Doing this every day, I don't really have that, so I'm going to check in with whoever I can actually see, because I have the lovely Affordable Care Act insurance. That's certainly another topic. All of that is to say that I pretty much know that I just need to kind of get off my ass and actually start like exercising, go spend time actually running through, katas and forms and stuff, because as I've mentioned multiple times, I have a decade plus of martial arts experience. I've just gotten admittedly lazy about it, so I need to start practicing again. I need to start putting myself into an exercise routine again, just so that I can shed some of the excess energy that I really do think is what's actually keeping me up and awake and unable to sleep at night. So I appreciate in advance any concern that you guys leave in the comments for me. I'm mostly fine. It's just this is starting to affect me to a point that I think that was actually part of my motivation for creating this video. Just kind of coming clean with the viewership and letting y'all know that I know this is affecting things. I apologize for it. And I guess in kind of announcing that this is an issue that affects me more than I would like so publicly, it's kind of like letting y'all into it so that y'all can hold me accountable for, like, hey, you said you were gonna solve this. I don't know. As I said, am I seriously already 15 minutes into this video? I am so sorry. I will cut here. I hadn't any idea I had rambled for this long. I need to get some sleep. So, kind day to all of you. Cheers for having the patience to deal with me. I'm Kinsmarck here at Last Civil Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.